What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. So before I get into the market watch, I got a comment on one of my videos, talking about the pools I got and asking if I ever wanted to do like some kind of giveaway, and I do want to do some kind of a giveaway. So I guess this is my first like official announcement to where if I could get to I don't know exactly where I'm at right now. I think I'm pretty low, but if I get to 100 subscribers. We're gonna start with 100 subscribers. If I get to 100, I will go ahead and do my first official like giveaway on the channel. To where like once I hit 100 on the next video after that, I'll whoever does a comment, I'll pick random person from the comments. So if I get some more comments and engagement, I'd be 100% down to start doing giveaways. I do open like a lot of packs. I'll open up like cases. So like I do have like like a good amount of like cards to where it's like I would be down to like do some type of giveaway where hey you guys want to support me, you want to sub to the channel, do likes. So I guess we'll try to hit target. I guess we'll probably wait off on hitting target likes just for now. If we get to like 100 subscribers, I'd be very much down to start doing some type of giveaways to where it's if I do openings, giveaway cards I open, or packs, whatever it is you guys want. But yeah, if you guys go to get me to 100, we'll start doing our first giveaway. So sorry about that long intro. Let's go and get into the actual content, starting with Floowandereeze and the Advent of Adventure. Ah man, I feel just so hurt because this card is just shot up completely to the moon. And this was one of the this was a deck where I was kind of thinking that this would be the perfect budget option for players that it's like, hey, if you got like couple, you got like, yeah, I understand it's a lot for budget, but you come with like $120, you could build this deck competitively. I was kind of hoping that this would be the good intro deck to where it doesn't win every game, but it also has a very good matchup against a lot of like meta decks and rogue decks. It plays very well, consistent. I was hoping, and yeah, well, I guess the first thing that screwed me over was the fact that the tins got like kind of like made prosperity more expensive than it had to be. But you don't need prosperity to run this deck. So you could choose to use budget options like extravagance to get to draw your cards, but you do need this card. You do need Floowandereeze in the Advent of Adventure. This card it helps you play around hand traps. It helps you unbrick your hand. It also it does play around hand traps, unbreaks your hand, and it gives you the ability to chain block. I was trying to mix up my words, but it does a lot for the deck. It very much is, and you need to play this at 3. So this, yeah, this right here was kind of like I mean it was obvious. I'm not saying that like I couldn't see this coming, but I hope maybe it would stick around to like a $12 mark, or maybe get announced for a reprint kind of after it came out in Battles of Chaos, so it's not the newest one. So it could have come out in like a March reprint set. But yeah, right. You got a couple of copies here. You got one 13, 16, but then like pretty much goes to $20. Like I pretty much if you're buying this card, you're paying $20 a copy. If you're buying a set, maybe get it for like 50, 55. But for the most part, you're basically gonna be paying $20 for this card, even though the direct buy and the initial lowest one says otherwise. Sorry about that. You'll basically be paying $20 for this card. Luckily, not everything in the deck is like super expensive. You do have another like key staple card, like besides like because like like pretty much everything besides from that card got reprinted in the set. So everything else is pretty affordable. If you want to go higher rarity, obviously if you go to the the dual terminal one over here, you get some like light plays 14, 15, but then like yeah, like that's not what we're worried about. If you wanted to look if you want to go mid-range right here, looking at $5, mod play 4, light played 4, light played 5. Yeah, like a light play copy. It will be a little older, so it might have a little scratching, maybe a little wear, but yeah, for like $5 for like a light play. And then this a lot of this should be like a card that's in everyone's bulk. 60 cents. Like for the most part, the deck is not super expensive. It's just that one card turns it from like potentially you could have bought the entire deck, extra deck, side deck, and main deck for like 120. Now it's gonna like very much like no, like you're probably gonna be dropping like almost depending on which pot you want to use, you're looking at almost like 140. So that's not cool. All right, the next card I want to talk about is Rise of the Mega Monarch. He's broken. He's very busted. Kind of like for the longest time, this didn't have a reprint, so it's original. Duelist Alliance Secret Rare was super expensive, but now and also the Mega Pack version. But now you got the Ultra Rare from Ghost of the Past. This one is super cheap. It's look at that. Looks like a freaking heart monitor. But yeah, like 35 cents. You get it for you get it 35 cents right there. You can find it for. If you get added to your cart with someone, you get it shipping for free. So yeah, it's just the side cards are not expensive. Even if you want to go, this rarity right here, near mint, light played, yeah, like moderate played, damaged, light play, yeah, like around a $4 range for like a light play, which isn't bad for if you're trying to get like a secret rare. But like I said, you just go and save all the money you can, just going right here. So I guess shifting from the talk of flaunderies would be the talk of rivalry of Warlords. There's probably a lot of people that don't want to hear something like this, but we could be heading into a floodgate meta again, to where pretty much like floodgates determine the meta, to where if you have to run a deck that could run under a floodgate because you need to run a floodgate to stop other decks, and then you gotta run specific types of back row hate to take care of their floodgates, yeah, so we could be seeing a resurgence. It looks like almost every single copy of Rivalry of Warlords is about $1 or more. Like 90 heavy play 90 cents. Dollar. Looks so there really isn't like a copy that's under $1 right now. Let's pick a random one right here. We go down. Yeah, like you're looking at 90 cents. So pretty much every single copy of this card is $1. The super rare is going for about 5. Yeah, near mint, moderate. Yeah, like 474 if we just round up. Looking at the $5 range for this card. So yeah, so if you have these laying around and you also have some commons or rares and you don't care, yeah, you got 15 bucks right here. But if you plan on using them, I would just go and keep them if you already have them. Like there's no point, especially if you already have the deck that you want to take to your event. But I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing more people throw in things like a Rivalry of Warlords, goes in match. You could even start seeing there can be only one. These are all literally the same card. I'm acting like whatever. These are all cards that could make like a huge resurgence. I'm not saying trap decks are gonna come back. I'm talking like meta decks flipping up floodgates to counter other meta decks. Like I mean like we literally had a point where there was meta decks main decking Dark Ruler No More. I mean there's still meta decks and main deck with Dark Ruler No More, but we're pretty much to a point where Dark Ruler No More is a part of like the main deck going first main deck of card, just because of how how the meta is. I wouldn't be surprised if people start dropping like Rivalry or any kind of these floodgate cards. Another trap that I want to guess to take a little moment to talk about is evenly matched. So evenly matched is just starting to slowly climb up. The lowest one right here, the dual power ultra, even that one is starting to slowly climb. You got the unlimited still kind of at the same point, but the first deads are all $30. If I remember, like last time, it was I think the first editions were going for about $25, $23. So this card is slowly starting to creep up. If you don't have your copy, I would get it now, especially if you're going to any kind of competitive event. There is a lot of like, even if you're prepared for this card, the only way to really truly be prepared for evenly matched is to do one of two things. You either A, negate evenly matched, or B, you prevent your opponent from putting you under evenly matched, like by some kind of trap stun effect, to where like it blanket negates traps, or you have a floodgate or a monster effect that prevents cards from being banished. Like it's very hard to come back from evenly matched. It isn't like Dark Lord No More, to where you Dark Lord No More the board and you have to have a follow up. All right, you have to have some type of follow up. I'm sorry if you guys heard some weird noise. There's a school that behind my house, so yeah, yeah. Sorry about that if you heard that, but yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is you could just have evenly match in your hand, and if it resolves, you could just have almost no follow up. You could just like have evenly match and like a set, like a monster to set, evenly match them, set the monster pass. and you could win off that. Like, you know, you could simplify the game state to a point where, hey, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of all your stuff. You're gonna let it go. Here's your one card, and if your next card doesn't combo off that card and make it broken, you're gonna have to play. You're gonna have to play the grind game with me. And if you play a deck that could really benefit from the grind game, then you know, evenly match is gonna be your best friend. So yeah, like the lowest variance going for $30. Even the mega pack secret rares, yeah, like at 31 first hit, but then it creeps right up to 34, 36, $40. So yeah, these are going up right here. So if you have them, just, you know, start experimenting with how many you want to put in your side. You want them in your main. I really feel like this could be a blowout card that not a lot of people are expecting, and even if they are expecting it, they have to have the specific out for it. It isn't like other cards where you could just, you know, put Dark Blue no more. You still have your board, so if they can't beat over your board, then next turn you can just do something. No, they're gone. They're gone, and at the cost of a freaking battle phase. So this, you know, pretty powerful. Sacred Sword of the Seven Stars. I don't know exactly why this card's starting to go up. I know it's not pass format. Like, you know, I guess like Dragon Lord format would be the one that make this go up. What was it? There's something like there's something that's escaping me right now. I'm gonna think of it later after this video goes up. But yeah, like I'm just, yeah, keep an eye on that. If you see these, yeah, they're, you know, the original super rare is going for about $5. If you have originals, mod play. Yeah, see, it's like, oh wow, okay, so this is wild. I was checking them out. And no, looks like I'm not paying attention correctly. We're looking at just a wonkiness to where you got near mints for $17. That is wild. That is wild. Same thing over here, heavy play for 2, but then simply at 17, 17, 17. So yeah, so if you have these are actually, these are becoming, they got in sales too. Let me go back to there. I wasn't paying attention. Here it is. Yeah, so we actually got latest sales. 3 of them for 17, 18, 12. So yeah, like people are buying these. People are actually buying these at that price. So I'm actually gonna have to go ahead and start looking through. I know I have some rares, but supers. I might have some in my Dragon Lure deck, and if I do, they're leaving. They're out the Dragon Lure deck, and I'm just gonna replace them. I'm gonna get that money. I'm also going to figure out why. So I guess probably for the same reason why this card went up. That's the reason why this card went up. Number 89, Diablo's the Mind Hacker. Yeah, this card is just whoop. I'm not gonna say I called it. This was a very obvious call. Anyone, you know, anyone who pays any moderate attention to the Yu-Gi-Oh market, even if you bought into it or not, knows that eventually this card was gonna go up. You know, it's a prize card, and also it's a pretty decent prize card. You know, banishes cards. So it's not bad. Looks like you got the damaged one, then near mint for 2. So look, it's about $3 to $4. You know, which isn't bad. Like for a while, I think it was going for like 1 or 2. Yeah, like in the 150 range right here. So yeah, you got sales for 285, 4 and 2. Yeah, so this, yeah, so be I guess be mindful if you see you have some extra 89s in your bulk. You could post them up, trade them up, take them to your locals, get some cash for them. And there's something. Eperia, whatever, however you pronounce this. I freaking backflipped when I saw this. This was one of my, I guess I call it a quote-unquote curse card. I have a collection of cards that just become my, like I just said it, my curse card, which is when I'm pulling a set, and for some reason, I pull a lot of that card. Like, for some of you who saw my video when I did my case of Megatons, and my part 2 of that, if you would notice that, in total, I think I pulled 7 Despia Dramaturge, however you pronounce it, I'm not too worried about that. But I pulled like 7 of them. And and after the 3rd or 4th one, that became my official curse card. But yeah, like this happens to me a lot. I'm opening up, you know, cases, boxes, whatever, and for some reason I end up with just, or even I guess because even when I just go to Target and buy blister packs, like, oh, let me buy 3 Power of the Elements packs just because I'm here at Target. For some reason, I'll always end up pulling the same secret, the same rare. Like, just, it always happens. Even if it's like one pack comes from freaking the freaking north of the country, one comes from the south. Nope, it don't matter. I'll most likely pull the same freaking card. And for me, during Battles of Legends and Revenge, that card was this ugly thing. This reptilian. This is pretty. This is like this is our president's true form right here. So yeah, like this old nasty thing right here. This thing, it was the bane. I think I pulled like 6 of them, and I was angry. I'm like, why do I keep pulling this? Blah blah blah. Now I am extremely happy because I pulled them out of bulk, and yeah, looks like they are going for about $5-6. I pulled them out. I pulled them out the other day, so I think the other day they were going for like 6 or 7, but now looks like light played 588 near mint. So they're about like $5 to $6 card. It's pretty obvious what's going on here. It's level 2, and it has the ability to draw. So level 2 sprite and the ability to draw broken. So the effect reads of this card is normal summon, draw 1 card. You can only use the effect of this thing once per turn. I refer to this thing as a thing. Yeah, so you can only use it once per turn, but you just normal summon this, you get a draw, and then you special summon a Spite monster. Like there's if you're playing Spite, there's no way to lose. It's a free draw, and yeah, people finally caught on to this, and yeah, I was finally able to get something back for pulling this card a million times. Mystic Mine. Okay, Mystic Mine. Why is this still here? Why don't we have a ban list? Why is this still haunting my dreams? Anyway, I unfortunately had to stoop down to the level of Mystic Mine because I was like, screw this. Like, if I'm gonna win, I'm gonna have to win on everyone else's terms because people aren't gonna let me. People don't want to just play regular Yu-Gi-Oh. They want to play Mystic Mine. But then again, I don't blame them because your boy was over here flipping Vanity's Emptiness. The second Vanity's Emptiness was a thing. I was like, well, this is a new thing. I'll flip anything that that makes your life miserable in Yu-Gi-Oh. So this right here, this is just this needs to go, but it's also, I wouldn't say it's justified, but it's like it does have its place in Yu-Gi-Oh. The one thing I tell people is like something about like Yu-Gi-Oh that I realize is toxic. It's like toxic decks keep a lot of people away from Yu-Gi-Oh, to where toxic cards only keep certain people away from Yu-Gi-Oh. So it's like it's like someone who knows how to play Yu-Gi-Oh will realize that they don't always have that card, and there is a way to play around it depending on what you get. There's very few cards that just 100% you can't do anything to. So like there is a place for cards like that because you do need a checks and balance system to be like, I have this super annoying deck, and it's like, well, I have this one card that can just take it out, and it's like, well, we need to have that because if not, then we have a whole bunch of problematic decks, and people who don't want to spend $1 million or who don't want to sit there and dedicate hours of their day to understanding the game, who just want to have fun with Yu-Gi-Oh, they're not going to be able to like play tournaments or enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh at a level that they want to because there's just all these like super toxic strategies and there's no way around it. So that's why we have cards like Dark, like we have Rageki, Lightning Storm, Dark Ruler, No More, and to an extent Mystic Mine, but Mystic Mine has officially gone to the Vanity's Emptiness level to where it is way more of a problem because it shuts anything down. Like there is no like you could only do a certain amount, a certain deck with it. You do this, no, there is just Mystic Mind decks could just win. So I think we're at a point where Mystic Mind just needs to go. Like it's also just kind of like just really this is very expensive. This card's been around for a long time, has 3 reprints, the highest rarity, $8-9. So I mean, if you're just playing one, just I currently in one of my my Splite deck, I just play one, just because I like having that. I like having it there because you never know when things just hit the storm and you just gotta flip it, or not flip, you just gotta activate it, use it to stall out. I did that against a Tri Brigade player at my locals. I was like, we're gonna lose. Played mine, was able to get enough cards, and then I replaced the mine with my own with another field spell, and just comboed off and won on that turn. So mine does have its place, but it's just a little too unfair now. It's like it's the meta's in a state to where if you play mine, and there's just almost no way out unless you just go to the side deck, and even with the side deck, it's still it still goes to RNG. So Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries, this card, I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with this card. I have a story. where man, I was preparing for an event, and I was using this card, and I thought this was going to be my big tech at this event, and I went and was debating, do I run, it was a certain target for BAs, it was an extra Dante. I'm like, do I run Dante as a BA target, or do I run this extra deck monster for my combo? I chose my combo over the Reaper, and all day the Reaper was doing nothing for me. I never needed it, never sighted it in, never used it until the last game of the day. I was out in the bubble. I needed to win to have the chance to go in, and I played BA. And I was like, damn it. Here I am with Reaper, and I thought this was going to be my big spicy tech. Never used it, and the one opportunity that comes up for it to be the spicy tech, I do not run the freaking target. And ever since then, I've had this back and forth. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Will it be usable? And it's never been good. It's only been slightly usable. But the original rarity still just continues to like hold its, hold its value right here. Yeah, you gotta get past all these right here. So you give the light play for like $8, and it's pretty much been like there. Like, even though this card sees no play, it's still like, like an $8 original if you have, the original rarity of this card. But it's not the worst. It's not the worst. You got the other secret rare, which is, the other, I guess, the other high rarity right here. It's about $3-4. But yeah, this. I want this. I want this so bad to be good. And you know what? This could be the format. Like, the problem is it's only good in certain decks. It isn't good in every deck because you need a certain type of extra deck to make it like really good. I mean, like, if you could use it in like a tier 0 format, if it's, like during the spiral format when it was really good, because almost everyone ran the same deck, so all you had to do was play your regular spiral deck and maybe one or two different options in your side, but other than that, you were straight. But now that the meta is very diverse, you have to run a deck whose extra deck is unneeded, or you maybe only need 5 cards, so you can dedicate 10 spaces in your extra deck for this card. If not, then you have to use your extra deck to dedicate to get it to dedicate for these targets, and that's just not what you're gonna do. That's not the only way you're running this card is if you go in with the extra deck full of its targets. There's no way you're gonna sit there and say, I'm gonna choose 10 cards, 10 extra deck cards, and put that in my side deck. No, you rather have cards to do your different matchups like that. Yeah, you need to run a certain deck with this card. Hopefully, one day it'll happen, but like I said, I'm gonna love hate with her. I love her artwork, but yeah, I hope that hope she could be the spice one day. And this video is going on forever. Sorry about that, guys. The last thing I want to talk about is the Crystal Beast structure deck. It's going just the way everyone thought, even right here. If you're someone who thought that, oh, yay, maybe these will be budget. No, guys, this is pretty much almost all of the value of these structure decks. Like, I mean, I understand there'll be Dimension Shifter and there'll be some other stuff, but the main thing, like, this isn't like the Salamangreat deck where it was a almost guaranteed top tier strategy, or if not, it was gonna be like I was gonna say Monarch, but Monarch became really top tier. It was gonna be a very good deck. Like, people knew this was gonna be a good deck. Like, you reread the seller cards and you're like, oh, all right, this is good. Like, there's very little backdraw, to like, some of these cards. Like, there's a lot of recyclability, so everyone knew it was gonna be good. So this is with a Crystal Beast deck, and I mean, I could be wrong. Crystal Beast could come out, and if Crystal Beast comes out as a rogue deck, and maybe you could call me wrong, but Crystal Beast needs to come out as an actual tiered 2, 1, 1.5, 0 deck to where I feel I'd be wrong. But I think the Crystal Beast deck is going to be mostly just like a fanfare deck where they shoved Ash Blossom in there, so that way you could get it. She's already going for $7. She was going for $5 last time I looked at her. Now we got solid 7. Some dude has 490 of them for 7. Yeah, just like I don't know if you should have got them when they were 5s. I think $5 Ash Blossoms, $15 for Ash Blossoms. That was like the best price you could have got when they were like 5 something. and there's a bunch of people that had like 3 up. You should have just picked off $15, the price of one Ash Blossom. You get a whole set. That's how it should be. But yeah, yeah, these are probably going to be $8 to $15 depending on how many of these structure decks are printed. But it's probably going to carry like most of the value of this deck. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for making. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you. I know this was a long one. I had a lot of stuff to say. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Sorry, I almost messed that one. Well, I did mess it up, but try to fix it. Yeah, I said if I get to 100 subscribers, I'll do like my first giveaway. We'll see how that works. All right, guys. Peace out. Thanks for watching.